Let me make this very, very clear. The reason why Trump is being indicted now on this garbage is because Devon Archer happened to lower the boom on the brand and the big guy and Pops and that purulent, vile, sebaceous, evil seed of his, Hunter. That timing says it all. Whenever they turn up the heat and things look bad, and whenever the Biden administration is getting his ass kicked by Trump, despite how many total indictments, we've lost count. You get a new one because that's all they know. They bring out this hack, Jack Smith, with his Star Trek robe on from The Hague, and he throws more garbage out. But this one, this case here, oh no, this is different than all the rest. And I'm going to explain something to you very, very carefully and very succinctly, I believe. But first, I ask you very, very calmly to like this video, subscribe to the channel, okay? And more importantly, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and all that stuff, okay? Okay. Now listen to me. Whenever anybody brings this up, let's say you've got one of your friends who hates Trump and they say, and they say, do you know that Donald Trump, what he said was a lie? That there was no evidence of any kind of voter fraud? Or you say, hashtag, so what? Because they're indicting him on his opinion. They're not indicting him on causing the January 6th trespass kerfuffle. They're not indicting him or charging him with orchestrating it, encouraging it. There's a 1969 case called Brandenburg against Ohio. This is the Supreme Court. And there was this feller named Brandenburg, who was a Klansman, Grand Cyclops, or whatever the hell he was. And he was basically telling people that he wanted them to rise up and do some pretty nasty stuff, to break the law, to become rather disruptive, okay? And there was a law against that. So Brandenburg, the Supreme Court case, in the PCA and the per curiam case, said as follows. Number one, there are two elements to this before you deal with inciting behavior. Number one, you've got to show that it was the intention of the person to incite some kind of riot or violence or violation of the law. And number two, you have to show that it was likely to incite or encourage or whatever somebody to do something untoward. Let me give you an example. Let's assume that the most boring man in the world, Harold Ford Jr., or Brett Baer, or I don't know, Neil Cavuto, people who are just boring, people who could single-handedly reverse the teens' pregnancy rates by having them describe the sex act. Nobody would want to do it. Let's assume Harold Ford gets up and in his heart, he wants to incite people to riot, let's assume. And you people have to get up and riot. And I want you to rise up and go outside and turn over cars and burn things down and disrupt and cause mayhem. Now, did he intend to do it? Yes. First prong. Number two, is it likely to cause any kind of a... No. Donald Trump never said, tear things down, trash the Capitol, enter the Capitol, trespass on the Capitol, disrupt, incite, rebel, insurrect. Never. Donald Trump had the right to tell everybody, I think they screwed me out of this election. I didn't believe the election. He had other people, constitutional scholars, provide evidence, bases for believing such. It wasn't just Donald Trump. They said it. Donald Trump said Donald Trump had a reason, a basis to believe this. It wasn't just Donald Trump just, on his own coming up with some crazy whacked out idea. No. But even if it was, even if you said, Donald, because that's what you call him, Donald, what are you doing? You're crazy. You're a nut. It's baseless. As that Brett Baer said, oh, he said, don't you realize there were other states that investigated this, and there were other states, even with Republican governors and the like? Brett, do me a favor. Shut up. That has nothing to do with this. He can have any opinion he wants. You're in the news business. You're in the news business. You and your Fox News simps are in the news business. And the reason why you're doing this and others is they're trying to prove to old man Murdoch, because they don't want to be the next Tucker Carlson. Oh, no, I don't like Trump. Right, Rupert? Did you see what I did just now? Did you see what I did? See, I interviewed Trump, and I said that he was bad for daring to believe. I don't know where he got it, that Biden didn't get 81 million votes. I mean, this just, I can't believe what I'm saying. They're weaponizing speech. They're weaponizing speech. They're weaponizing speech. They're weaponizing speech. And if you look at these, just spend some time on any, just do just a cursory, my God, just look at any of the stories. By the way, don't go to Google, but look elsewhere. Look at all of the accusations, all of the people, everybody who thought, everybody who accused, everybody who suspected, everybody who reasonably and rationally and intelligently thought that maybe there were some serious problems with that election. The same that Hillary Clinton thought, the same read that Stacey Abrams, same thing that she thought, the same things that people in the New York Times wrote, who basically said, "Hey, if you're a Hillary elector, don't vote for Trump because it was whatever." Plus, she came up with that nonsense about the Russian collusion. She can say that it's wrong, but that was her opinion. She gets to speak her opinion, not Trump. This is the weaponization of speech. This is my Bible. This is it. And this is my beloved Constitution that I love. These are all my little stickers. Every time I vote, they have these stickers they give out, and you put them on the back. And this vote thing that I, we all talk about the franchise. I kind of believe it. And I think that that's sort of the way we do things, the vote, one man, one vote, and all this stuff. But if we don't believe it's true, if we think that a vote was not accurately and intelligently and legitimately calculated, then we get to use the Constitution and the First Amendment to say, you know what, I'm not buying this. And that's your opinion. But if you listen to these meatballs, they're confusing this idea that, well, Trump repeatedly says that the election was bogus, that the election was fixed. So what? Hashtag so what? Hashtag so what? Do me a favor. Do us all a favor. Let us understand and recognize one important and critical fact. So what? Trump is entitled to say whatever he wants, as was Hillary, as was Stacey Abrams, as was the entire New York Times editorial staff, and the other idiots who came up with that nonsense about Russian collusion, which I still don't know how they colluded. What the hell did the Russians do? Do you still know? Did anybody ever say, well, see, here's how they did it? They broke into this election system and changed the votes. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. But they didn't say that. No. They said a couple of Russian hookers besoiled the percales of some mattress, I guess, in Moscow, performed unionism, urolagnia, which I don't understand. I mean, they did what? Yeah, Trump paid these hookers to take a whiz on the what? Why? Because Obama stayed there? What the hell does that have to do with anything? Well, obviously it's why do you keep bringing it up? And you paid money for this story? What is this, like even Harold Robbins on his worst day could come up with it better than this one? I never understood that one. I don't understand this. Hookers relieving themselves. This one, when Russia collusion. What did the Russians do? They bought a Facebook ad. I don't know, but you know what? As crazy as that is, that's Hillary's right. But guess why they're doing it? Because Devon Archer is gonna bury the Bidens. He's buried them. It's over. They don't have any way out. Joe Biden and that syphilitic, purulent pustule, that boil, that chancroid, herpetic, lymph-filled pustule named Hunter. And these lies. Joe Biden actually said, I never asked my son what he did. Never. Hey, Hunter, where do you get the money? Forget it. No, I'm just kidding. You got these hookers all the time, and you're in these hotels, and you're walking around, bare ass naked with a gun, and you got these hookers with a ride-em cowboy, and we got to pay for the hookers, and you're bringing hookers in, and you got that laptop. But you know what? Whatever it is, your business. And you call me on the phone. I got to say hello to these people. Who are these people? The guy with they sound like Russian accents. Who are these? Who are these people? Why am I doing this? I'm just saying, you know what? But I'm not going to ask. It's your business. And I'm not even going to ask whether what you're doing is legal or illegal, even though you're a meth crack fueled, you're a lunatic. You make Gigi Allen look like Hugh Beaumont. Ask your parents. This isn't my country anymore. That's why we got to take it back. That's why we got to take it back. And let me tell you something. And to Andy McCarthy, who says, Trump can't be president. Andy, it's a different ballgame now. And I'm going to say this one more time because maybe saying it'll make it happen. If there is a God, Bobby Kennedy Jr. will pick Hunter. I keep saying Hunter. Will pick Tucker Carlson as his running mate. He will run third party, destroy what's left of the Democrats, meaning that Gavin Newsom will lose, and he throws the election to Donald Trump, who may very well be in either not in a minimum security cell, but maybe with an ankle bracelet or something on, which would be delicious. Either way, you've pushed this country too far, and we've had enough. And now it's war. And guess who's going to win? All right, dear friends, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell. And whatever you do, I beg, implore, beseech, and ask that you comment as you see fit.